Hiya. I woke up this morning and I've had this song stuck in my head, from the 90s, the Four Non-Blondes, What's Going On? Or is it called Hey? Has all the words, Hey, what's going on? So, with that in mind, because it's been flowing through me today, I've even used it on one of my Instagram stories because it's the vibe of today. I thought it might be fun to come and do a quick reading for you and just see what's going on. What do we most need to know at the moment? Yeah, generally what's going on. So let's get some cards and see what we need to know. Oh my God. Okay, so I got this card this morning in my own card pools, and again, I used it on a story just for general consumption. So the Ten of Swords is what's going on. Um, okay, so the Ten of Swords is often considered like one of the sort of more negative cards within the tarot because obviously it is depicted as someone with 10 swords sticking into them, which, isn't the vibe. It's not what you want to be feeling or thinking. So obviously swords is the suit of air, the element of air. It's, you know, it's all to do with your mind and your thoughts. Um, Communication, but I think mostly thoughts in this scenario, and it's just 10. That's a lot of thoughts. But if we're thinking in each suit, we're going from 1 to 10. 10 is the most thoughts you can have. So it is that sense of mental overload, just too much. I mean, you can even see the way she's holding her face here. It's just like, oh my God, that's a lot. Um, so yeah, that's what's going on. It's a lot. But the thing that people often overlook with the Ten of Swords is it is the 10. The 10 is the final card. Yeah, it's a lot, but that means we're complete. We're full. Nothing else can be taken in. So we need to surrender that to then return to the one, the Ace of Swords, which is that clarity and the inspiration of, yeah, just clear thought, a single thought. Oh, can you imagine? Um, so yeah, it is suggesting that we've reached a point where we've taken in enough, our brains are full, we need to let go of that and move on, kind of thing. I shared a funny post again on my stories. Head to my stories, that is, um, that said like a smart person's favorite way to procrastinate is to learn something new. And that's kind of this energy. It's like a lot of people stop themselves from moving forward with things because they think, you get that inspiration. I'm going to do a thing. It feels really exciting. It's going to be really fun and expansive for me. And then you think, oh no, I don't know enough. I'm not an expert in that. I can't. How can I pursue that when I'm a beginner? I need to read all the books. I need to take the course. I need to be qualified in this. And therefore, we never quite get started because there's always another book, there's always another course, there's always another expert that we need to absorb the information from. Like, we never think we're quite there as the master. But obviously, the 10, that's like, it's complete. You've learned enough, you've taken in enough information. Now you just need to actually put it into action, which would be that ace. It would be like, "Psh, I'm going for it now. This is the thing. I'm going. Clarity." So I think that's kind of where we are with this. It's just like you've learned enough, you've taken in enough. So whether that's even just like if it's not about learning things to get you started, it's even just you've taken in enough in terms of the consumption. Like your feed on your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, whatever you're into. If you're constantly consuming everybody else's creations, everybody else's opinions, views, advice, it clogs it all up, and your energy can't get through. Your messages, your internal guidance system that's there and speaking to you all the time can't be heard for all the clutter of everything else that you're taking in. So let's see what guidance they have around this. Okay, so classic. We're sticking with the swords. We're still in the realm of the air. So what they're saying here with the Three of Swords is to come back to the heart of the thing. So in this card, which is fairly standard to the traditional depiction of the card, you've got like the heart, the inspiration, the beating life force of creativity or a relationship or um, a new career path or anything that's lighting a fire and making your heart beat inside of you, whatever that inspiration is that's pulling you forward, that you feel when you think about it, feel into it, when you yeah, when you feel into it, it gives you life and you feel yourself light up. Okay, whatever that thing is for you, because obviously it's going to be different for everyone. Don't let the thoughts kick in and stop you moving forward. That's the message of this card. It's like you've got this inspired heartbeat of a thing, but the thoughts are killing it. You're killing it before it can get going. Um, so yeah, this is like these combined, it's totally we need to drop out of our minds here, stop consuming, stop listening to other opinions. I mean, this could be like if you've got like this fire inside you or something that you want to do, this life force that's powering through, and then you tell a friend, you tell your family, and they're like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that because of XYZ. Oh, no, that's not right for you. You're not the right person to do that. You don't have enough, blah, 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 qualifications, blah, blah, blah. You have X, Y, and Z responsibilities, so you shouldn't do this, but should, nonsense, other people, thoughts, words, killing the life force. Okay. So again, let's see what guidance we have for this. What can we be doing instead? Okay, I like this. Okay, so we've moved into embodiment. So pentacles, that's the element of earth. So it's grounded, it's in the body. Um, and the nine of pentacles is such a lovely sort of it's centering the self in this in terms of it's traditionally it's like the self-made woman, the entrepreneur in her garden. She's like, I've grown all these plants, I've got all this wealth, I've got enough to share. And it's kind of she's done that, she's grown that. It's her own effort and life force that has led to that abundance. Um, and it stems from, like I was saying here, that initial life force that's pulling you forward, that beating heart of the thing. I mean, if you see her here, she's so free and dancing and just like that fluid energy and expressive of herself. And it just, yeah, there's so much, it's such a dynamic kind of energy around her. Um, and in embodying that, so she's not in her head there, she's not thinking what's everyone going to think of me, billowing my skirt around, it's quite a bold statement to be like, look at me in my big dress. It's amazing. um yeah, she's not in her head, she's just letting her creativity flow through her. Not even, it doesn't have to be creativity, it's just that life force. When a tune comes on and you're just like, it's your vibe, it flows and you can't stop yourself moving. So whatever practices you have that can drop you out of your mind. So even with that coming through there, as she's flowing to whatever music's on that makes you move your body, play that music that makes you feel the most you, the most alive, that you can't help but move to. Get it on. Like shift your energy into that vibe. Play it as often as you can. Um, the other thing I really like about this card where it's depicted, it's like she's in this sort of barren land, but she can move through this like portal, I guess, a gateway into like this abundant, beautiful space. And it's because it's got all the pentacles around it, this is her creations, this is her accumulation of wealth, of home, stability, foundation, that kind of thing. So she's built her foundations, her life, and that is giving her the ability to move through this portal. So you are creating your reality. You are creating what's possible for you. You're creating the vibe in each day based on how you want to be. You know, you can be in this energy, listening to all these people, or you can be in this free flowing, your own energy in the world. I think that's making sense. Anything else that you need to know? Okay, so we've got one in reverse here. I'm going to keep it in reverse because, again, I feel like it's telling you not to be like this. So if it was upright, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so again, too much in the head. But I don't know if it's going to show with my the light. But she's got this chainmail armor that comes up right over her head. So the fact that she's wearing so much armor, I don't feel it so much as I know it's meant to like I know you wear the armor to protect yourself from other people. Like, historically you'd wear it to stop a sword going into you, or whatever, it would slide off of you. Um, but it's very much coming through as wearing the armor to hide behind, like to protect yourself, still protecting yourself, but in a sense to cover your vulnerability, not from other people, because we're already saying you're already getting other people because it's in reverse. It's like, I'm not saying you need to wear the armor because we don't want you to wear the armor because we want this fluidity to come out of you. So it's almost like removing the armor that you're wearing that hides this energy. Does that make sense? Um, so it's embracing vulnerability to an extent because this is very much, when you've got this idea or inspiration flowing through you, something that's pulling you forward, if you're used to people giving their opinions and judging you or, saying whatever they're saying, it's only natural to then put on the armor to protect you. And, maybe you don't tell people anymore, but then also you don't act upon it because you're scared of this people attacking you. So you're wearing an armor. So I think there's definitely some work here to do on removing your armor to allow, to sit in that vulnerability of being seen in your true flow and allowing your passions to be seen, which is a scary, vulnerable position to be in. You can take two more before it gets too long. Mhm. Nice. Okay, that's a good one to finish on. Okay, so the first one that came out was justice. Oh, hold on. Um, so again, she's holding the sword, but I'm feeling right, it's the single sword and it's got like the light on the top. So, that was where I was saying the 10 comes to a close. We enter into the Ace of Swords, the clarity, the clear thought. This is the thing that I'm taking forward. Here she has the scales as well, which is that balance. It's kind of, I guess there is a degree of balance needed in terms of I can't just say, right, drop your armor and live full-hearted out in the world. Because that can be that's a big shift if you're used to hiding things away or if you've been attacked in the past by other people's opinions and judgments. I understand, I appreciate I have a full-on fear of judgment. Um, so I get it. It's not easy. So I think that, that when we're thinking about the balance of this, it's like, just taking baby steps to allow yourself to still feel safe, but also pushing yourself out there a little bit to express whatever this life force is that's pulling you forward, like whatever the inspired idea is, because we want to be in this energy as much as possible without the fear of other people and their words, their thoughts. Um, So then the final card that came out, which is a lovely way to round off the reading, is the Ten of Cups. Okay, so here we've moved from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Cups. I mean, you can see straight away with the shifting colors, this is an energy you want to be in. And, it's if you think about cups in the tarot, I always think about like the cup half full, cup half empty kind of energy. And we want our cups to be full. So when you get the Ten of Cups, it's like 10 full cups. That's the most cups you can have in the tarot. So it is quite often referred to as like the happy ever after kind of energy. I'm not obviously not saying I can't promise everyone who watches this happy ever after, but I'm just saying, if you can take baby steps towards this, fight maintaining that balance to feel safe, but pushing yourself, you're going to feel much more in this energy that, my cups are full. It's often depicted with the rainbow, which is always that promise of hope following the storm from like biblical tales. So if you have been feeling crushed by other people's opinions and words, um, and it's stopping you moving forward with things that do truly light you up, you know, taking these baby steps will push you more into this heart-filled, flowy energy. And it's really lovely. There's two people here and they're sharing that light. So where we were saying, that Ace of Swords with that light coming in with the clarity, cutting out all everyone else's thoughts and opinions to follow your thought, your one thought that you're like, this is the thing I want to be doing, the spark that is inside you. You pursue that, then the right people who want to celebrate you will come out of the woodwork and be like, oh my God, look, you're shining your light. That means I can shine my light. It's that ripple effect of permission that when you see someone shining and pursuing their path, it gives permission to other people to do the same. You become an expander for them, what's possible for them when, everyone feels limited by what they've been taught, their generational stories within their families and stuff, or whatever's dictated to them through society. This is how it's got to be. This is what your life is going to look like. And it's like, no, it could be rainbows and tenfold cups. I don't have to sit like this, consuming everything and seeing everything and negativity. We can be in the positivity. So I think again, that's kind of that scales. It's like, what are you consuming? What are you taking in? Is it negative? Is it limiting, or is it inspiring? And does it draw you forth into, moving through this portal from the barren sands here, even this sort of desert is this energy. She's in this barren sands, and it's like, no, we want to go through to this lush landscape where there's waterfalls and bounty. Um, so yeah, that is what's going on in a nutshell. I hope that helps someone. I hope it feels inspiring. That's always sort of my hope or intention from any sort of tarot readings that I do. It's all, I want you to come away thinking, yeah, I can do something. So I hope that's happened. If not, watch someone else. And otherwise, I'll see you again soon. Okay, take care.